Thank you once again for joining us on Sam's Corner. Uh, t- Tonight I have Andrew and I have Dan with me, about to go into deep analysis the first round of games. We've seen all the teams played, both in the Premiership, and then we take a quick run at the La Liga. Barca played. Thomas Partey played his first game. We saw Atletico Madrid's upset. Nico Williams scoring. Mbappe's penalty saving Madrid. I'm not a hater, but I think he saved them. And then we will we will jump on the Premiership's first round of matches as well. So
Mhm.
let me see who scored the most goals, Chelsea or Liverpool. Liverpool scored the most, so I'll start with you then. I'll start with you.
I'm repping Spurs today.
Spurs today.
See, he's running. He's running.
All right, so all right, let's finish the La
But
Liga first.
oh yeah,
Give
La
it
Liga, La Liga. I
one
didn't
minute,
really
Dan.
watch. Yeah, I didn't really
Mhm.
watch much because there was so much going on with the Premier League, and of course, the interest there. But I think overall, there's a lot of goals. I'm looking at my notes here, and I'm looking at kind of like the score list. A lot of goals, a lot of for once, it looks like every game had a goal in it. So it looks pretty exciting. I think this season there's going to be some surprises here. Um, and we look forward to it. Of course, our boy is in there as well now. We're rooting for him. Hopefully, he does better than he did with Arsenal. And I have a team that I'm looking at. No, for real, for real. I think he's got a reality check, and he'll probably humble him and try and probably do things differently. So, and of course, Barcelona, Real Madrid doing their thing. But I'm really looking out for Atletico. I think there's something going on over there.
Do you think this will be the last year for uh what's his name?
The
Simeone.
coach
Simeone.
Simeone. Um,
Yes.
where is he gonna go?
The pond is big.
Is I mean, unless
There's plenty fish
I
in
don't
the
I don't
sea.
really see him in the Premier League, but because Spurs just got a coach. I think Maresca is also gonna do well with his team. Arteta though, but I don't think the current list of players in there will fit Diego
This system.
Simeone, right? So it's going to be another overhaul. And Arsenal has been building for the last 6 years or something. So I don't think they want they want to start building again. So it's probably we're looking at somewhere in Italy, and I don't know who is really. But I mean I know Italy. There's a lot of they chop a lot, so that might be his best bet unless Bayern does something crazy and they let go of um company, right? But I don't really see where he's gonna go. So they'll probably keep him. I mean, at this point, he's just as important as anyone else in the board. You know, I mean, his son is playing in the team. He's been there for so long. So, but all good. I think again, the Spanish league it looks exciting again. Every team scored. Well, not every team, but every game had a goal in it. So it looks like we're gonna see
Andrew,
a lot of
your
this.
take
Yep.
and Thomas Partey's performance on the your take on the Spanish La Liga.
All right. So I actually didn't watch the weekend league. So the season started on Saturday. I didn't watch those. I started watching highlights from on Monday, and I watched Madrid's game. So I'll touch on Madrid's game, and I'll give you what I saw with the highlights on all the other games. Madrid is in big trouble if they don't fix their midfield and they don't fix their right back position. Um, I think the forwards
Did you say right
Mbappe,
back?
yes.
Yeah. I
Okay.
actually saw a couple posts
Okay.
I
where
I watched the game, and so
okay,
like I'm looking at, and again, I am a big fan of Trent going forward as a player, but like defending, it was always an issue. So I try to see like with the like the Spanish league is a little bit slower than the EPL. So I was looking forward to see him do better in defense in the Spanish league, but he was jogging the whole time. Maybe it's match fitness. He's not up there yet, but it looked pretty bad. The midfield, there's nobody playing the ball forward. Like they started shooting from like 40, 50 yards the whole game. Like it was bad. Um Mbappe, some people will say that's not a PK, but to me that's a PK. You need a
It
landing
is
spot.
all day, all
Yeah,
day.
you need a landing spot. So I don't care if he stepped on the defender, whatever. The defender put his leg where he could have stopped that. So that was my take on that game. With the Barca game, the game was over in the first half because those two red cards. There wasn't much to see there. One of the things I saw online was how bad like people were talking about like the opening day for La Liga. There was no excitement. Like the commentary was dull. Like it was the people were complaining about that. So I didn't watch it, so I don't know. But that's something that I'll be looking forward to this year to see how they kind of better match the Premier League. The Premier League has like the wow factor every like on Friday that game that
Yeah,
was like a curtain opener for a big season. Like
Are
you
you not
watch that game and
entertained?
you're like, yeah, you're
you are like,
entertained.
yes.
You're tuned in for the whole season. Like this is how
That's what
we're gonna
Liverpool
play.
gives you. That's what Liverpool gives you.
Oh my God,
How
it wasn't the Liverpool aspect. It was really Semenyo that, but we touch on that
we
when
touch
we
on
get
that?
there.
Yeah,
Yeah. I watched Partey's highlight. I didn't. I mean, again, I didn't watch the whole game, but I just saw him a little bit. He didn't start the game, right? He didn't start the game because I didn't see him in the first few highlights.
No, I
Later,
think I think he came
he
on.
came on.
yeah, he came on later.
Yeah.
So yes, I didn't see much of him in the highlights that I watched. But in all, like I think I'm ready for the season to start. Like Simeone, I saw some combinations that he was doing, but he was playing some players out of position. Like I saw many players out of position, and it was are you like not playing people to their best ability? You have what's the guy's name? Soloff on the bench, and you're playing some attacking me for that striker when you take off what's his name? Alvarez. So like that
You
alone
think you
just
think he's experimenting a bit too much?
That
I
is
think
that is a
I think
preseason format.
yeah.
You should be doing
I,
that in the
I,
preseason.
yeah, you do that in preseason, and then you play your best players in their position at the. He sacrifices people's position for his system, and I don't like
Mm-hmm.
that. He's
Yeah.
too defensive. There's no attacking flair in the team, and he has a lot of good players. Like the team has a lot of good players, so I'm looking forward to seeing what goes on with the team with the whole Spanish league this year. I'm hoping Alonso would do something with Madrid because I I'm not a big fan of Barca, so I want competition.
I think I agree. I agree in the sense that I think Simeone needs to adapt to the kind of players he have. Some I think he's too defensive minded. That,
Yeah.
But we know this already though. He's this is what he's been doing for the last 10
but then
years or
there's some
so.
players he shouldn't
So
have signed.
Yes, if you don't want to play offensive
Why would
football,
you sign
just sign
Soloff?
defenders. Like,
Soloff
what are
is
you?
a Soloff wants to get forward. He doesn't want to be left alone. But well, let's hope they give him time because if he continues to experiment like this, I don't think he will last for his. He last like maybe 10 games in. They've paid him. They've done everything for him, so I don't think they owe him.
Yeah,
They don't owe him.
definitely brought players in
Yeah,
every transfer um market season. They bring players in.
they
they've really
backed him.
supported him.
They
Yeah,
backed
Yeah,
him.
they've
Yeah.
I mean, yeah. I think he's
Well,
the longest serving coach,
my my
correct?
my my surprise is Madrid though. I thought I know Alonso is new, but he's had the whole preseason. I was expecting, and against Osasuna, I was expecting something a
more.
little bit
Some
more.
fireworks,
Yeah, a
yeah.
little bit more from them, from the team. But like Andrew said, they looked dull. Like Madrid were not in the game. They looked dull. Let me put it that
Do you
way.
think is the system or they just not match fit? What do you think is the issue there?
I think
What system was he playing? If you can recall.
so.
He was
He's
playing.
usually used to a ring back in Leverkusen. He wasn't playing
He wasn't playing wing backs. He
ring
was
back
playing a four,
like
four, two,
yeah, like
one, three, 4-2-1-3. Yeah.
1-3.
Hmm.
Yeah, but it's early days here. For me, I think Madrid's. I always said it's like Liverpool chasing after Isak right now. Madrid went for Mbappe as I think it's more of a luxury than needing Mbappe. Mbappe for me, I think will not thrive as a nine. Will not thrive as a nine. He's in
The
that same uh spot as Vinicius is. That's where he thrives.
hmm
And having both of them, one trying to play as a nine, I think that's the problem. At one point, if he gets bold, he might drop one of them for me, or put, or one of them have to adapt playing on the right wing or something, and then he will have to play a proper nine. Even when Bellingham's first season, when he was playing that false nines, they were like dangerous up front than they are
hmm
now.
hmm
So
So one thing when I was watching the game, Mbappe and Vinny were in the same space the most of the game. The goal
yes,
only came when I mean the PK only came when um Mbappe started coming to the right wing and just taking the ball from whoever was. I think at that time Carvajal was in the game and he was just taking the ball from him and then trying to drive forward. Um, but it's not gonna work if they're all in the same area. Like they don't have any type of connection. I don't see any type of connection with Vinny and Mbappe. It's very like you do your turn, I do my turn. That's like
yes,
yeah.
yeah. It's all right. So Drew, let me Andrew, let me start with you on quickly the first round of games in the EPL.
Uh,
What did you see?
some some good games, some surprising results. I want to touch on the first game of the season, Liverpool, Bournemouth. That was a great game. I mean, again, Salah did his thing again. First, the opener, he always scores or assists. He scored when he wasn't even in the game the whole time. The whole game, he was out of the game. Crazy because Bournemouth sold all their defenders and they still played decent. Decent. It was big shout out to Semenyoto. With all that racist stuff that went on, he still balled out. Big shout out to him. Um, and then the surprise game was West Ham versus Sunderland. Sunderland came
I
out
stole. Okay.
guns blazing.
Mm-hmm.
Um, Interesting. Spurs doing good, but today they had the worst day ever. As they chose Arsenal over Spurs. Yeah, so that
They got
that is
hijacked.
hijacked. I mean, but if you think about it, Arsenal went first, and then they stopped, and then Spurs went in, and then they took the lead. But he's a Arsenal guy. He grew up in the academy of Arsenal, so that's all like expected if they go for it. All they had to do was pay whatever Spurs was paying, and it was all done. I was very disappointed with the Chelsea game. Just because I mean, and no disrespect to Palace. Palace came out with a plan. They took out Palmer. Palmer was out of the game the whole game. I didn't see um Enzo was not on his game at all. But I was surprised or I was disappointed because um just from the Club World Cup into the two preseason games, they were still sharp.
They were
So
sharp.
I was expecting the sharpness to continue. They just looked like they weren't ready for the first game of the season. Um, hoping that like it's not fatigue, it's just like young players like trying to understand that you have to bring the intensity all the time. So Friday we go again. Friday, West Ham. If Sunderland can beat them 3-0, we better come out guns blazing.
What
Yeah.
about City?
Um. So okay. So City game, I wasn't watching, but I was watching the goals because fantasy football. I was paying close attention.
Yeah.
So I was watching the goals. Um. They're gonna challenge for something. I again. I think they were not. Wolves were in the game and from the start because I was watching the beginning, and then um I went out, so I was following the goals. But the first 15 minutes, Wolves were like up in the game, playing well, and then it's just like once the first goal came, it took a turn. Um, I was very very encouraged by Manchester United's performance.
Mm.
Even though they lost, I'm no moral victories, but like if this is how they're gonna play, they're gonna win a lot of games. They're gonna be in games. In Bournemouth
Don't you think it was Arsenal that was maybe below
of
par?
the game.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, so I think it's a little bit of both. You have to put somebody off their game, right? So like Manchester was playing well enough to make Arsenal uncomfortable to not be on their game because I was watching the game. Um, Zubimendi was not like on top form. Casemiro had him in check. Whenever they had a counter, Odegaard was passing bad, poor. Um, yeah, Rice was not in the game. I, I don't even know why he's in the PFA team of the season, but okay, he didn't play better than Caicedo the whole season. So yeah, but yeah, Everton is gonna struggle. From what I watched on
I
Monday,
said it last week. I
yeah,
said for me, those teams are who were last year lucky to stay in the league.
uh,
Everton and West Ham.
yeah,
This year they might go.
the whole game. Leeds was like Leeds was on top of them the whole game. Like it wasn't
That was an
like they had
abuse.
a chance, which was crazy because you would think like a team coming from the championship, at least it will be an open game back and forth. It wasn't. It was all Leeds the whole game.
The whole game.
Um, if Leeds didn't get the PK, it would have been a draw.
Yeah.
But Leeds were on top. I don't know if Leeds can score a lot of goals in the Premier League because it didn't look like they had that person to score goals. Um, but yeah, I was surprised that Everton didn't show up at all. Maybe Grealish can help them, but it wasn't much. It wasn't much. I am very impressed with the Alcaraz guy from Everton though. He's nice. He's good.
Danny, what do you think? All right, Dan, your take on
Yes,
the
sir.
first round of games.
Oh yeah, first round of games. And I think everybody can tell the difference between other leagues. Like the Premier League, it gives you something different, right?
Mhm.
Just the atmosphere, the vibes, even the quality, the just the pace. There's no small team here. I mean, everybody playing, either they just got promoted or they just winning the league. You see that there's a competition going on, right? Um, but from day one on Friday, the game was just soccer is back, football is back.
It's
This is
back, man.
this is what we want to see.
Taking
We're
over like
talking.
remote controls.
Oh yeah, yeah, yeah. We're taking our basement back, man. We're taking everything back.
Man cave in session.
Yep, yep, yep. Saturday mornings is gonna be just the guys doing banter because the Premier League is back. But I think, sir, the first game, incredible game, fast paced atmosphere, goals, skill,
How do you
technique.
assess the Liverpool team?
I think there's still they need time to gel. This year will be a very trying time for everybody, because we have a lot of big stars that are trying to establish themselves, and you also have big stars that are going to be faded out, right? And even more so, the coach. It's kind of like he's done so well with the first season. The expectation is even higher now with everybody that's coming. So, me being a Liverpool fan, I just want to be a
Mhm.
little bit objective. Obviously, we want to win the league again. We're strengthening from a place of um, strength from winning the league, so they definitely want to do that again. And that's the standard now. I don't think the coach can really he can afford to do any less unless he does something. I think the only way
But
most people will forgive him.
I still think
Mhm.
you have issues
Oh
with
no,
your
there's big
midfield
issues. There's
and
big
your
issues,
defense
right?
because
I think
Semenyo's second goal,
hmm
right? That
there
is
was only
like
one.
I
There's
think
only
if this
one
was
player that
Messi, this
that
goal
can
would still
solve
be
that.
trending from his own half to the
hmm
other end. Man United considers similar goal to Elanga, and I don't know whether it's the new style of football defending or what is
No,
going on. But to allow a player off a corner kick,
Liverpool's was a little bit different
mm,
because I say this because most of the time I'm watching Liverpool's game, but there's one key player that was missing there, Gravenberch, right? He would sit and take that foul or just stop that play, but he wasn't in the game. So um you have Soboslai and you have who else was it? McAllister, I
Yeah,
think,
Maka. Yeah.
right? That were trying to do that. That is not
One that will
Soboslai.
pivot.
So
Yeah.
correct. Soboslai will give you the legs, but he's not breaking tackles. You have Gravenberch that has been transitioned to that position from last year, and that's all he did. Just sit and do just that, right? So having him out of the game, mind you, he was forced into that position, so he's not a specialist there, and now he's out, and you have two other players that are trying to pivot and do that,
But
right?
let me
Mm-hmm.
ask you a question.
Mm-hmm.
Isn't Endo a six?
Endo is a six, but he
So
doesn't have the pace to do that.
so why did
Mm-hmm.
your coach bring him to play right back?
Okay, so from what I heard, the the um the right back Frimpong felt his hamstrings.
Hamstring. Hmm.
Correct, right? So, but that was probably the worst substitute.
that's his
Me
welcome
personally,
to the Premier League. It's not the
me.
German Bundesliga anymore.
Yeah, you can't take plays off. And then
No, no
my
days
thing
off.
is my thing is
Mm-hmm,
you guys are trying to spend money on Isak, right?
mm-hmm,
And you have holes in the defense, you have holes in the midfield, and you definitely need a backup for Gravenberg when he's not
correct.
playing.
Correct. That
Because
those are issues that I think everybody's seen this from when they played the AC Milan game in preseason. A lot
Mhm,
of people, if you watch closely, you would see that. Even I think they played Club Atletico, and it
mhm,
was still very evident that they needed to fill that spot, right? I think they have a plan. I'm pretty sure that they have a plan. It's just that when you have a such a high profile talent on the market, you definitely want to get it, which is Isak. But I still think they do have a plan for this is what I say. It's probably gonna snowball from what they do with Mark Gahey from Crystal Palace. I think it's all dependent on either Konate will go, he will come in, right? And they're trying to fit that at the same time trying to do Isak's thing. So me personally, it's almost like a misplaced priority. But the thing is, when you have such a talent that is readily available, you try and grab him because he's there, you know.
Okay.
Or
So
Well,
but
what
yeah, I mean, let's not deviate from Liverpool though.
yeah,
You were
yeah, yeah.
entertained. Everybody was entertained. I think
they played
um
well, but I think Salah was not at his best. Even though he scored that goal, I think the whole game
funny enough, he does that all the time. Every 3 4 games, he's not in the game, but he still wins the game for you. That's you know, um,
going from back to
mhm.
the Champions League game against PSG. If that's the same pattern that as I saw, because that PSG game he was out.
Of course,
Whether
Mendes took
it's
him out.
it's aging or it's just
No, 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 no. But it's not the first time though. We've played multiple games where Salah
mhm.
will give you a 5 out of 10 performance, but he'll still give you 2 goals.
Okay. What do you think of Chelsea and City
Boring.
and Tottenham? S-
I think Chelsea Chelsea's game. I mean, I don't think I have to say much there.
Okay.
I
What
think
about
there's just
City?
mhm.
Do you think they are
C-
back?
City. I think a lot of people are sleeping on City. Okay,
Why do you
I
say that?
think because it's almost like there's no real big apart from Haaland, there's like no real big time player, big talent. Everybody's kind of like, oh, let's see what they do. But they've put together such a
They
solid
have Doku.
squad. No, no, no. I'm just saying. I mean, we'll
Okay.
take City before we'll take De Bruyne. De Bruyne is the guy,
Okay. They don't have
right?
those high profile
S-
names they used to have.
Correct, correct. But it's a very solid team that they've put together where they can bring in Reinders, they can bring in Cherky, they can bring in Foden, they can bring in anyone can fit in and do such a good job, and you probably still now really see them, right? We're not even talking about Rodri to come in. We're not talking about Edison, their goalie, to come back into the fold. So you don't want to sleep on City. And we all
What
know
about
what they can
Tottenham?
do.
What do you think of
Tottenham,
Kudus and Richarlison's combinations?
it's first game. You know, first games, it's exciting. There's a lot of energy. But they did really well. I think Kudus really put himself about with his assists. You know, even on his right foot. Right, I think he did 2 assists. Right,
2 assists, all to
correct.
Richarlison. Yeah.
Right, and both were like incredible goals. I think if he does that 20 more times,
Mhm.
there's going to be a conversation about impact players for the year. I don't know if he's going to
Let me
he'll
ask
probably
Andrew.
mhm.
I'll come back to you. Let me ask Andrew this: Kudus providing assists is something that we don't see. Picking his head up, sending crosses in. Is it the coach or is it a new mentality that he has? And what do you think of Richarlison? Is it a year of revival for him? Because I feel for that player. I
So,
like him though.
there is a theory going around that every time it's World Cup year,
Hmm.
Richarlison balls out.
Hmm.
So it could be true. I mean, who
He's
knows?
doing it again.
He's doing it again. But kudos again. I'm looking forward to seeing him with better quality around him. One of my biggest things about Kudus is he's too selfish. Well, that's
Yeah.
like he plays for himself. He doesn't play within a team. And so when Chelsea were being linked with him, I didn't want him. Like I personally don't like one of my favorite players from the Ghana team is Semenyo because
He's a baller.
he's a baller. He defends,
He runs,
he
man.
runs,
Defense.
he shoots left
Yeah.
or right. clean. Um, so like me, Kudus, I want to see him play within the team, and it looks like um, Thomas Frank will get that out of him.
Hmm.
But
Yeah.
two
Yeah.
assists, that's commendable. Like and then all both crosses was the weak foot. So I love that. I just hope he does it more
Well,
consistently.
Yeah,
all right.
that's kind of what I was saying there. If he does that about 20 more times this season across the Champions League and even the Premier League with at least 20 assists doing that, Tottenham will be fine, right?
Yeah.
Um but yeah.
Dan,
Hmm.
Dan, your last take on the first round of games.
Yeah.
United Arsenal game. Talk about
I
that 1 minute, and then what do you think of that challenge from Saliba on
On Cunha.
on Cunha, and then
mm,
their goal, the goal that was scored, and I'll ask,
okay.
I'll come to Drew too for his take on that on those two incidents.
Okay. I think that game, kind of like the first game there, it showed everything that the Premier League is about.
Yeah,
The fans, the pace, the energy, the missed calls, the tackles, the you know goal can come from anywhere,
yeah.
right? But I think United did a very good job. I think the the energy was right. The players um were about it, right? It
They're
wasn't
giving me
so.
hope. Oh, they're giving me hope.
No, no. Even they gave me hope. They gave me hope that we're going to have a good season because you want United to be good in the league,
Yeah,
right? It's such a staple team in across the world. You want United doing good. We don't want them sitting in 15. They can be around 6 and 7. That's fine. We don't want them in the 15s.
Scousers.
But I think Arsenal's goal. I don't think they deserve that goal. Really, I think United did such an incredible job. They needed to at
But do you
least
think
get a
that goal should have stand?
the it's a good thing that it stood because now it shows United that you actually do need a goalie, right? You need somebody because
Wasn't he
when
impeded?
you have to be stronger, bro.
Mm.
This is if we're in a Italian league or in a Dutch league, we'll give you. But this is a Premier League. Everybody wants to win. You're not just gonna fling your hands and just be like, "That's your territory." It's literally in your six. It's on your line. Why are we pushing you over and you just throwing your hands around thinking it's gonna be a call? No, so um if anything is good for United, that it shows that hey, we need somebody stronger. The goalie was doing fine. I think he did fine for the most part,
I
but
think his distribution was okay.
it was okay compared to what we've seen last year. I mean,
Yeah, I think his distribution was okay. But what
eh,
about the challenge on Cunha though? Was that a
I don't.
penalty or not?
Um, I'm trying to recall that challenge. I don't think I paid too much attention to that. I was in and out of the
Okay.
United game,
What about Andrew?
but maybe he's
Um,
seen it. Yeah.
What the
for
goal
the
and then the penalty call?
Okay, I will talk about because he was talking about the PK. He didn't see it. I'll jump into that real quick. Um, shoot, I say it's a 50-50 call. If you call it PK, I'm not gonna be mad. If you don't call it, it is what it is because it was like a bang bang play. Like he didn't have control of the ball. Like if he had control of the ball, I am more inclined to say that's a PK. But it was like the ball was going away from him, and then Saliba just put his feet behind, and then he tumbled on it and fell. Uh, oh, to
In
me,
this day and age, they're calling anything though,
yeah, yeah,
anything and
They
everything. So
I've seen worse get called, right? I've seen, okay, not worse, but similar. Even against United last season, I think it was a game against West Ham. Similar kind of well, I think was it Lindelof? No, it wasn't. It was delayed. Stuck his leg out. Similar to the player missed the
but
ball, kick his foot.
this was like they were like it's not like you're running and then I stick my feet out and then you trip on it. It's like the ball is coming. I'm
It's
trying to
coming to
block the
him.
ball from going,
Mhm.
and then you just let the ball go, and then you hit me. and you like again. I'm not mad at the call because
Hmm.
it's it's such a bang bang play where if you call it, I'm gonna be like, okay, all right, cool. Like it's not a big deal. If you don't call it, it's fine.
But
Um,
Saliba was reckless though, going from the
it
back.
was, it was. And if Cunha had more control of the ball,
Hmm.
I am asking the ref for a PK. He
So,
didn't have enough control for me. That was the thing. He didn't have enough. The ball wasn't with him. The ball was going somewhere before. Like he put his feet, and then the ball just went somewhere. Um, but the goalie has to come out strong.
yep,
The goalie
that
has to
was too
come out
weak. That was too weak.
as as a Premier League goalie. That was, if you remember last season, the Spurs goalkeeper, they were doing the same thing to him.
Vicario, yep,
Lucario, they were doing the same thing to him. They will intentionally play the ball on him, and then somebody's blocking him. He can't get through.
yep.
So I
As
mean,
that format come to stay,
Well, either way, even from the first take, I'm sitting here thinking, how is that goalie done that? Like, if you're coming for it, come for it. You know, don't come in halfway. Just casually throw your hands at the ball, thinking, oh, somebody bumping on my hip, so it's gonna be a call. No, either way, get it out, right? Because he definitely
yeah.
touched the ball. He
So
definitely touched the ball. So you might as well just put a little bit more into it. Get it out. If you do get a call, you get it. If you don't, the ball is out of that space. As opposed to just casually doing that, thinking, oh, as long as I can show that I'm in there, we're gonna get a call. No.
so
This is the Premier League.
across the league over the weekend, there were a lot of similar strategies that were used, but I just think Arsenal has done a better job on perfecting that. To me, it's the little dark arts of football now.
Hmm.
Like yeah,
yeah.
like
Talking about that, what do you guys think of the very first game? I think it was like the 10th minute or something. Iketike threw on the ball, and the Bournemouth player literally just he swat the ball with his hands.
I was
See,
arguing this with my Liverpool fans the other day. Listen, this is what we have come to understand about the game now. They're looking at the game in a different lens. Yes. Did he touch the ball with his hands? Yes. But the ball came off his thigh. If you
that's
if you watch
that's
the
that's
ball
okay.
the
But
ball hit
there's
his thigh,
hmm hmm
and then it's like, okay, the ball has deflected off my thigh. At that moment, whatever happens with my hands, I don't really have control. Unless he
no, no, no,
catches
no,
the ball with
no,
his
no,
hands.
no. It's two different things when you actually swat at the ball. If you look no, if you look at it closely, and this is not even coming from me as a Liverpool, I'm just looking at it holistically as the refereeing, because we had the same situation, if not last year. I think last 2 years with Arsenal. Odegaard did the same thing, literally in the 18-yard box, right? He almost fell down and literally just s- his hands just stopped the ball, and it was out. He tripped, and so his hands couldn't go anywhere. But the thing is, you take an advantage from the play,
I
right?
I understand where you like if it was against my team, I probably feel the same way. But
That's what I'm saying.
I
Um,
literally looking at this in a glass where if like I'm running toward like I'm going backwards. I'm not like in control of my body parts. Like I'm running
okay, so
backwards.
I'll give you another example. So Everton Leeds,
Yes.
right? They had a PK.
Yes.
Even that, he's
But
motioning away.
no, he's not. He's motioning. He's making his body bigger to get
It
the ball.
it's no different to what happened because he made himself
It's
bigger.
different. The difference
There's
No,
a
is
no, 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 no,
difference. If it hit the
no.
body part first,
No,
the body, the
Once
that's
it
hand
hits the body part and the ball
is
bounces up and then it hits his hands like he's like
no, 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 no. Okay, so I'll say this. I'll say
this.
this.
The ball deflects and then the ball is going away from him.
From
He
him.
wants to block
No,
the ball,
the
so he lowers his shoulder into it.
Yes.
but that was a deflection though, wasn't that?
Not of him. It
Not
was of
of him. It
another
was
player.
from
No,
another
no, no.
player.
It, what you guys are missing is that you
We,
took an advantage. No,
We
because
didn't
I'm
take
not
an
it's happened.
advantage of the rules.
No, no, no,
It's
no,
the
no,
rule.
no,
I'm
no,
not
no.
disagreeing with you that it took an advantage from Liverpool getting a clean shot
Correct.
on
Oh,
goal.
okay.
I'm not disputing that. I'm
Okay.
telling you what
So
the
if it's
referee is looking at and
hmm
making what he does. Like if
he didn't
I'm
even look at it because there wasn't even a
no, no,
review of
no,
it.
no. I'm not talking about the review. I'm talking about in the midst of the play, he saw that the ball hit his hands. It's not like he didn't know the ball hit the guy's hands. You think he
Okay.
didn't know?
Okay. So if you've seen that the ball has hit his hands and it's
Mhm.
actually gone out, right? Why
Uh-huh.
don't you take the time to actually review that?
We don't review all those plays.
No, no, no.
Danny,
Here, the point is
Danny,
it was a
we don't
last play. No, no, the point is it was a last play, right? And if you're just going by, oh, he didn't mean it.
okay, let me give you another
Dan,
example.
hmm
the VAR this season are trying not to waste time. The
Yeah.
It's
same
not
with
about
Cunha's
wasting time.
situation.
It's about
They
getting the
review it,
right.
but they don't stop
Mhm.
the. They don't want to stop the play immediately until the
No, no,
VAR
it's
says, "Okay, this is worth a check from you."
Check. Yes.
But if
okay.
the
Good
VAR
question.
goes or if
But
the referee says, "I
well,
saw it, I'm good," the
I'll
game moves
employ
on.
I'll employ you guys to look at it because there was two instances, right?
Mm.
There's two motions before that him swat. It's not just touching the ball. He literally swatted the ball. It's not by you not
He
having a
didn't
place to put.
swat the ball like
Maybe you should go look. You should go look at it
we
again.
All
watched
right,
the game. We all watched the game. What do you
watch
mean
the
It's
go watch
game.
it?
no
Okay. Let me
exactly.
ask you a
You know
question.
you.
Let me
Mhm.
ask you a question.
Go ahead.
Bournemouth had a PK shot where
Yeah,
I think it was Maka that went underneath
the
and the
player.
player
hmm
fell.
Yes,
Did they
Okay.
go check it?
they didn't even go check that.
They didn't check it.
Okay. Okay.
Do
Now,
you know that they
now
saw that it was a foul? Do you know it's a foul?
It was a foul. At the end of the game,
if
they
it was a
realized it was a
foul,
foul.
it was a foul. Listen, my point is he took an advantage. This was the last player. Okay, it was the last guy on the
Again,
play. Oh,
deflection.
it
Remember that.
didn't. Okay, so
It
if
bounced
when
off
it
his thigh. It bounced off
okay
his thigh, and the ball
okay
went up. And then as he's motioned to run
All
back,
right.
his hands hit it.
no no if
I don't want to
you
take.
have you're
I
having
don't
a
want to
different
cut
view.
you
If it
short.
was your team, you probably have a different view
I
of it.
told you that already. I
Listen,
told you that already.
Exactly.
It's like if I'm looking at it from my team perspective, I would think it's a peak, it's a foul, but
But I'm
it's
but
not.
I'm not necessarily looking at it from that view because
but you're a
it,
Liverpool fan, so
not
it's hard.
because it happened. No,
Yeah,
it happened in our game. That's why I'm
yes,
talking
you can't
about it.
take the emotions out. I mean, I'm
Oh
okay.
no,
I mean,
no,
I'm
no,
okay
oh
with
no,
it.
no, no. If he had called it,
Uh,
I'm like, this is fair. It should be a call.
And that's what is called emotions. Like you,
No,
if
no,
you
no.
if
all
you
right.
call it,
Let
But
me.
but
Okay.